All right, so your name is Samantha?
Samantha Baldwin, yes.
Okay. All right, Samantha. So from start to finish, okay, your interactions with this gentleman yesterday, I want you, like, when you first either heard about him from someone and you went to go investigate it, like, from the very beginning all the way to the point where you were done with him.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, I can't remember if he was here on the first day that we had background, but he was definitely here yesterday. He's here on time, clearly very excited and eager to be here. You just kind of had that energy radiating off of him. I didn't interact with him much, mainly because, we're out here running around doing all the things, and in the background is either in their holding area or where they're supposed to be for the scene at the time. But throughout the day, everyone had kind of been commenting that he had been very emotive whenever he was on camera. Just, again, very eager, seemed very, very excited to be here and whatnot. Toward the end of the day yesterday, there was a moment where Shane and I were also thrown into the scene as background.
Okay.
So we were standing next to the bleachers where he was sitting in that moment. And once the cameras cut, he came over, shook our hands, asked for a photo, was telling us about how he used to work in commercials and he was so excited to be here and be back and in this world again and whatnot. And while we were broken in that moment, everyone is, conversing, casual conversation, whatnot. And he had asked someone on set where we were staying. And, they mentioned the Holiday Inn because, it's small town Paducah. We're really glad to be here and excited to shine a light on the local businesses.
Are you staying at Holiday Inn?
We all are.
All of you? Okay.
All of us are. And that was his second question, he said, where are you guys staying? Holiday Inn. Oh, was everybody staying there? Like, even the actors and everything? And they were like, yeah, the whole team is there.
Okay.
So I flagged that immediately. This isn't my first rodeo.
Yeah.
So.
Which some of them, when we were talking, I was like, I guess that wouldn't be out of the norm for some people.
Yeah.
I get it because you guys talk to a lot of people when you do this, so.
Yeah, and it's a very gray area. Again, we want to shine light on the town. We're happy to be here.
Right.
But after that, we went back, shot a couple scenes in that same location, which was right over here on the bleachers. And then after that, we had flipped around to the other side where people are right now. And in that moment, I was on the corner, and there were two girls who I had spoken with a little bit during the day, just again in casual conversation, were stationed on the other corner, and I saw Clay, our producer, talking to them and offering to walk them to their car and whatnot when they left. So of course I was like, what's going on? Is everything okay? And they told me that this guy Howard was sitting next to them all day, and while they were eating their sandwiches in the scene, he would be looking down the girls' shirts. He approached one of the girls, asked to come home with him. And I think what he had said exactly was, I don't have a woman at home anymore. It would be nice to have someone come home with me. I worded it similarly to that. They got uncomfortable, reported that to someone on set. He was promptly removed.
Okay.
That was the first I had heard about any creepy interaction. When we got back to our hotel that day after we wrapped, I went up to Chris, who was the one who had mentioned to Howard where we were staying. I let him know, please don't do that. You never know what's going to happen.
Right.
And I wanted to let the hotel staff know that this had happened just in case he showed up, but I didn't have his full name or anything. At the time, I only had Howard, and anybody could be a Howard. Then we had gone out to drinks that night, went to, is it the Bad Burrito or something like that?
Brewed After Dark.
Yeah, Brewed After Dark, yeah. Went to Brewed After Dark, came back, and as we were walking through the hotel lobby, we saw him at the front desk.
Okay.
We all immediately clocked it. We went behind the wall where the elevator is. I don't know if you're familiar with the hotel.
Not
so
particularly, but.
There's a lobby. Front desk is here. Elevator's back here. There's like a separating wall here.
Okay.
So we saw him at the front desk, walked behind the wall to kind of assess what we were going to do. Shane was the first one that stepped out to confront him.
Okay.
In that moment, Howard was drilling Sarah, the girl at the desk, asking where people are staying, how long we're staying for, if the actresses are staying here, things like that.
What does Shane do?
Shane is one of the actors. He's my co-star.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's Shane and I are the two main leads in this film.
Okay.
So Shane approached him. He's very protective. He has a bodyguard background. Went full into bodyguard mode. Yeah.
He does what we do.
Pretty much. He snapped right into it and was confronted with
Yeah.
being like, what are you doing here? Get the fuck out of this hotel.
Yeah.
You have no place to be here. You're trespassing. Chris then went to go support him as backup in case anyone needed to step in. There was a lot of back and forth that I couldn't hear. I stayed back behind this wall, just kind of watching the scenario, just in case.
How many of you were there total?
There were quite a few of us because we all walked in at the same time.
Okay.
From literally different doors.
Yeah.
So there were the two of our crew.
Who's
Shane and
with
Chris.
you?
With me, it was me, Ben, our director. I believe it was Brad, Whitney, our sound gal. And I think there were like two other people. Sarah had walked in at that moment, but like a bunch of us walked in at the same
So
time.
it wasn't like just a select few of you.
No, there were quite a few of us there, which was great. Loved having the numbers. But they had their interaction. He eventually left. The guy exited out the front door to the parking lot. We're not sure if he got in a car we couldn't see and didn't want to poke too hard.
You didn't see the interaction between him and Shane, though?
I did.
You did?
I did.
So at any time, do you see Howard make any physical motions or anything towards Shane?
Unfortunately, no. I say
Okay.
unfortunately because if he did, this would be a lot easier for all of us.
Be a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
He did start to get in Shane's face.
Okay.
He started, I couldn't hear from where I was, but it sounded like it was something along the lines of, you can't fucking tell me what to do, things like that. It sounded like verbal aggression, but there was no physical contact.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a moment where I thought there would be, and I don't know if it's because Chris was holding Shane back or because the guy just didn't go for it.
Right.
There
Well,
was no
I only
physical
asked
contact.
because Chris had made a statement of this aggressive action towards Shane.
Yeah.
I have the general manager at the Holiday Inn gave me a video. So
Okay.
if it does, it helps me in one of my certain areas where I can press charges for this particular crime.
Absolutely.
If it doesn't, I still have enough for some other ones, but I'm trying to work towards what his motive is here with you guys. And I just think he wants to be a problem for you guys because this seems that's what he does.
Yeah.
He's come to our courthouse and done the same thing that he's doing here now.
It's so strange.
It is strange.
Yeah.
It's very weird. I don't get what his deal is, but so after Shane and his interaction, you're behind the wall. He leaves.
Yeah.
Did anybody see what kind of car he was in?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was too dark and we didn't want to follow.
That's good.
Yeah. I don't want to provoke anything else.
No, that's good. Okay.
So-
Did he say anything or do anything inappropriate as far as action-wise towards you personally?
Toward me, no. He wanted to take a photo with me, wanted to shake my hand, wanted to kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for, occupy my time for conversation. But nothing out of the ordinary that I've experienced in the past.
Right.
However, after that, the boys escorted me to my room. I was put to bed. And then I was put to bed.
Well, if you went to Burrito after dark, you were put to bed. Yeah, got it.
Unfortunately, no, I didn't get to finish my tower.
Well, I may not have finished one in my time.
A great place. I love that they do that.
So I'll turn this off now. That's
I do
pretty good.
have more to say.